All right, everybody, welcome to the GOAT Team Coach Call. It's so good and it's so awesome to be with you guys on this lovely Monday evening in the summer. Thank you so much for taking the time out in the summer. I especially appreciate that, guys, because I know how crazy and like it's enticing. It's like go outside for a walk, of course, and like you're taking time to build your business. So I really appreciate that. Going to remind ourselves tonight about, again, the reason why we exist is really to equip and inspire busy coaches with the essentials to bring freedom-bringing businesses that help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. And so, guys, this is just so much about the equipping. And when we do get together like this, now if y'all, like when you go to church, y'all try to, you kind of come together to get built up so then you can go back out. That's kind of, sorry, I don't know why I'm talking like this. But the idea is we get together like this, and we kind of build each other up, and then we go back out. And I think just like, in that experience, in that analogy, sometimes life gets tough. And that's why we're here for each other, to build each other up. But specifically when we gather like this together, it's a chance to talk a little bit more kind of face-to-face, even though it's virtual. But that's great stuff. Okay, so we're going to get rolling here. I want to kind of shout out to some folks for some Success Club stuff, which is great. Our list is growing, so this is nice to see some new names on this list, which is really pretty cool. So I'm so close with one gal. Hopefully it'll be tonight. She'll make the commitment, and I'll be up to Success Club 10 here. I'm trying to, my goal, I think, is by the end of this, I literally or minimally want to try to hit like Success Club 16, at least 3 more people I think I've got that I'd like to be able to hit for this month. My goal is normally 25, but with some it's been a little bit of crazier month on all of that. So some of you who have, you've got where you are at with, so we got Kelsey, shout out to her, shout out to Brandy at 4. And then we've got Nicole, who's new on the list, and Tanya, also new on the list with 2, Stephanie at 2, and Claire at 2. So, and I don't think I missed anybody. If I did miss somebody, let me know. And if you are not on this list, you've got exactly 7 days. Exactly 7 days to kind of roll and try to get on that list. Now again, guys, woo! Somebody. What is that? Oh, it's Claire. Hey, hold on. Mute that. So if you're not on this list yet, I would encourage you to get on the list. Okay? Minimally. Getting one, like helping one person this month would be an amazing thing for some of you guys. And that would be a big, like the start of this. Guys, it really proves, it shows this. If you guys look back in the back office, there's a thing called the leadership ladder. And the leadership ladder is really all about, as you're building your business, so each level of the business, whether it's you're a coach, you're an Emerald coach, Ruby, Diamond, and up in the Star Diamonds world, there are certain activities that you want to be sort of marking with and hitting on a regular basis. Now, minimally, so in my world as a team leader within all of this, part of what a rubric for me is to, so it's not necessarily all just about always people hitting Success Club, though that does help towards elite, but really as a team leader, it's just helping people even getting over that hump of just single person, helping a single person, your first customer, your first person to sign up for BOD, your first person to potentially get signed up with the challenge pack and join a challenge group. Those kind of things, guys, that's what, and I'll be my story in that real fast was, initially that was my story. When I did get those people initially to sign on in the beginning, that fueled me to keep going. Because I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool, And truthfully, in the beginning, certainly it was great to help pay for Shakeology, but it was kind of just more like, wow, I'm helping people. This is pretty cool. And I really wanted to just continue to like, well, I wonder if I can continue to help more people. And then it just became this kind of a thing. Is like I said, there was a switch in my brain, and it said, I'm going to be Success Club 5. That's it, every month. And part of it was kind of a little bit the incentive, as I wanted to go to Disney with my family, even though my girls didn't go because it was band festival day, and it killed me. So anyway, band festival hit on that day, so it was like going to be impossible to take them. But I took my wife, which was fun. So we hung out with Goofy, and it was amazing. But that was a little bit of a kind of a goal that I set, and I set that in my head, and then it became Success Club 10 after that. But honestly, guys, okay. So how many of you guys are doing Shift Shop right now? Maybe we're doing Shift Shop. I think most of us are doing Shift Shop in this group, which is great. Such a great program. My gosh, I love this program. I'm loving it. I hope you are too. We'll talk a little bit about Shift Shop in just a second. But guys, when it comes to this specifically, I really I'm committed to the nutrition plan. Like, I'm not sort of in. When I mentioned that in the post yesterday on Sunday, and I said, you say if you're all in, dude, I am all in. I ate the plan. It was tasty. No, but I really ate to the plan. Now, there are a couple modifications I made, like instead of having spinach, I had broccoli and a couple things, like just some smaller things like that. I literally ate what was on the plan. Did not eat anything else. And there were cookies sitting on my wife made cookies for my daughter, and they're sitting right there, and they're smelling so good, brownie mixed cookies. And I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm not going to do it because I knew I had that commitment. So I'm just going to, consider for you guys, when you start to make those mind shift sets, not only as it relates to your fitness journey, but it starts to relate to your coaching journey, that's when you'll start to make progress. Because when you see yourself as I don't know, I might hit a Success Club point this month, that's probably what you're going to achieve, right? It's the truth. Okay, so you've got to get into, if you're wanting to build this, if you're wanting to help more people, you're going to have get ready for it, wait for it, shift in your mindset, right? In order to start thinking like a coach that says, look, this is what I do, this is part of how I roll, is that I'm that's what I am. Fixate zucchini muffins and resisting, but I am in freezer. Good. See, freezers are good for that, Claire, because then you have to they're rock hard. So that's good. Okay, so enough on that, but Success Club, that's that. Wait a minute, these slides, what did I do? Okay, so let's cover Shift Shop just a bit. I want some feedback from you guys for day one, or maybe some of you have done already a full week of it plus a day, like me. I started last Monday. Let's hear from you. Peggy, I would love to hear a little bit, what's your experience so far with Shift Shop? Hello?
Oh, my butt hurts. It was really great. Found myself taking quite a few breaks and modifying, but I tried before I modified. So
you follow the shop rule.
Yeah, and the food plan's great. It's similar to what I've been doing. So
nice.
Yeah,
I like honestly, I love the simplicity where it's just sort of laid out. This is what you do. Eat this, and that's what I did best, especially when we did our ultimate reset, when it said literally eat these things, and we just followed it and didn't deviate. And we got some great results, so that's awesome. Good. Linda, how about you? Any impressions of the Shift Shop?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I did it once before, not the whole thing, just the first day.
Yeah.
And then today I pushed harder, and I just went out for a short walk with my husband, and I found out that some of those squats are attacking the hip and things, but I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to having something really control more of what I'm doing.
Nice. Yeah.
I needed the change.
Yeah, it's great, and that's why I think I love when we can have new programs like this that enter the sphere.
The salmon, see if it needs cooking or.
All right. Let's hear from you, Miss. One more perspective here, real quick. Anybody want to share real quick? I guess I can ask that. Got a perspective to share?
Dan, I thought it was great. The bear crawl about killed me.
Mm-hmm. I saw that in the texting strand.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But the meal plan, I think, is where it's at. It's super convenient just to go right to the fridge and grab, your plan. You're sticking with it. I am finishing up 2 days though of my 21-day fix extreme.
Yep.
Hoping to finish that, and then I can go straight in hardcore with Shift Shop.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it's excellent. I think it has a lot of good moves, and there's a lot of varieties.
Yeah. That's the one thing I think for some of us who have done like 21 Day Fix a lot, it's nice to not repeat the moves.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys. Sometimes the mental side of that, I have to do this again.
That was me this morning.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't want to
no.
say boring. It's just sometimes like, I don't know if I want to do that exact same thing again. But you're right. A little bit. It can be a little bit boring after a while.
Yeah. And
So
he doesn't
having
take breaks.
And I think that's why a lot of people like Dirty 30, especially for the original 21 Day Fixes, because it doesn't do that, which is,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, so good stuff. All right, well, so that's that. So guys, I'm just going to encourage you, if you haven't read ahead, you need to make sure that you understand for your challengers how the meal plan works. If you don't understand how the meal plan works, you've got to know that for your challengers, okay? So you have to understand how that's going to shift. Literally, it's going to shift each week as you go. And please, 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 don't tell them something that is not with your with the appropriate meal plan level, okay? Because just because you're on a specific plan doesn't mean that they are on the same one. So like tonight is a good example. For dinner, I had strawberries part of my meal, but Lisa didn't. There was no fruit. And actually, you know what? I forgot about this. I have to go back up and I'm going to eat. I have to literally do, and I don't mind this actually, it's just crazy, but like plain old coconut oil. Like I'm supposed to have a teaspoon of that, which I could have probably drizzled over my broccoli or something, I suppose, like that. But I'm just going to do a spoonful and pick it back. I don't mind that. So anyway, that's good stuff. Let's see. Looking in, eating it. Oh, okay, good. Yes, Claire or Kelsey was excited to do something rather than 21 Day Fix. Been doing it for months now. Yes, that's probably a good thing for you. Very good. Anything else about Shift Shop? Anybody else want to say? I'll hold it for just a second. Any other voices? Nancy, I see you are there, so I can't see you, but I can see you are there. Unless you had something to say. Okay. While I've got everybody, just making sure. First of all, Nancy's post was fantastic this morning. Just so great. Personal picture, great energy. Had lots of fun emojis, all that goodness into it, which was great. A great way to start. And ask for something very easy up front, which I always love, guys. Just so you know that, I have a real specific philosophy. When I start my challenges, I like to do something really pretty easy up front, get them some kind of a quick win, and do that. Now, sometimes I'll do flat out, depends on the group and how many people I've got returning. But like the why thing, when we'll post that, maybe like a why video and have people maybe go live and do that, I'm going to wait a little bit. I was watching the Fitzpatricks and some of what they do with the whys is they wait a little bit so some trust, especially since we're now multiple people with multiple coaches, right? There's not as much of a trust of everybody else right yet. So let's build some of that trust before we go and we ask for that why. We'll probably do that in the next, maybe in a couple days here, and we'll check that out. So I'll try to talk to whoever's like maybe on Thursday or something like that. Nancy's still packing lunch. We'll be oh, good. Thank you. Good. All right. So let's talk about this little shindig. Coming up next month, we've got Team Cup. What can I get what for the Team Cup? Guys, best Team Cup ever this time based on swag. Straight up, okay? Beachbody's finally figured it out. People are motivated by swag. They're not so motivated by webinars. And just that little bit of an expenditure honestly pays off in spades in team growth, okay? So check this out. We're going to go. I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to go. Screen share. Where am I going? Hold on. Let me go there first. There we go. Okay. So sharing. Wait. There we go. Can y'all see that? Okay, so Team Beachbody Cup, champion your business. We're going to register now. Okay, so we're going to start getting those set up. We'll start talking about that this week. We'll actually have team team signups, and we'll make sure that happens. Okay. Now, ultimately, you got to team up with a team of 5 people. We'll get back to that in a second. But I wanted to show you the prizes here real fast. Okay. So let me move this out of the way so I can see. Okay. So individual prize. If you qualify for Success Club, okay, just Success Club 5, you get a cool guy. It looks like a picnic blanket from Daily Sunshine, which would be fun, really cool. Think about this, guys, especially if you have kids and you're going to go to a park and you got this little cool looking blanket. Oh my gosh, that's such a cool blanket. Where did you get it? It's so cool. I love it. Oh, it's got what's Daily Sunshine? What's that? Well, let me tell you. Right? So it's kind of like wear and share for families, which I think is a brilliant use of that particular, because, but you can put that on a hat, which is maybe nice, but man, like when it's like specifically like family or like that, it's perfect. Okay. Then ladies and guys, check it out. Check out so first of all, the sweatshirt on the right there, this hoodie one, guys, this is the most comfortable sweatshirt because I have the one that has the thing on the side, that has Coach on the side. This is going to be kind of a different one of it, which I still love. Ladies, same material over here, which is really, really cool. And look, it's got the little Beachbody logo thing. Oh, it's so cool. So you'll trust me, you'll love this shirt, especially when October hits. Oh man, you'll be like, I get to spun my Coach shirt. And it looks really sharp. It's not kind of cheesy, which I think is really, really great. And then, so that is all 5 team members qualifying for Success Club 5. So y'all, totally doable. 3 people, okay? Get a cool shirt. Why not? And then top 10 team prizes. You can win bikes and grand prize and all this kind of stuff. But trust me, guys, this minimal thing of just saying 5 coaches hitting Success Club 5, dude, that's the lowest bar that we've had to win some pretty decent prizes right there, okay? So just going to really encourage you that this is totally doable. 3 people signing up in the month of August, totally doable. And we'd love to see if we could like just tear it up. It's been a while since we've really done some damage on a team cup, and I would love to done damage. Sorry, made an impact. That's a better way of saying it, right? All right, so that's good stuff. Stop share. Go back. Hi, Andy. I see you now. Screen share. And here we are. Okay, so that's that. Good stuff, Team Cup. So but again, teams of 5, no lifetime diamonds together, which means we've got to split up. The teams have to split up where Kelsey, Claire, TJ, Stephanie, and myself all can't be on none of us can be on the same team. Okay, so we're going to be looking at pulling in everybody else into teams on that, and that will be establishing this week. Okay, begin thinking what teams you're going to want to be on, who's going to motivate you best, and then start thinking about challenge dates. Okay, you're going to probably want to have an August challenge that you're going to be inviting to that will help you get points. So here's the deal: you may be struggling for July right now, but we've already got to start thinking about, as it relates to Team Cup, you're going to want to probably be thinking about 2 different challenges. Okay, one is a free challenge, and you may want to run that as a cup team. Is a thought? Like, why not run it as a cup team? So, Kelsey, whatever team you land on, potentially for you, your sugar detox, that might be something to look at. Like, hey, let's start building our funnels that way, and let's actually we can kind of do it together. Just a thought to throw that to you. Okay. And then ultimately a regular challenge as well, sometime in August or early September. Totally up to you how you want to handle it. But of course, you want the order date to be up by August 31st in order to qualify for the Team Cup. All right. Let's focus a little bit on tonight's main topic. Okay, let me take a quick drink of my Diet Coke Buster. 1 moment. So good. All right. Anybody struggle with, and you can type this into the chat real fast. Anybody ever struggle with a little bit of a lack of focus? Anybody? Me. Every day of my life. Peggy, just being real. I love it. Nancy. Nice. Yes, I have kids. Yes, that's like built-in distraction right there. There you go. Okay, so let's face it, we all struggle with it. I don't care if you're the most linear person, there still is distraction that happens. And so we're going to get into a little bit of the science of that, talk about a resource potentially for you. But before we do that, I want you to really quickly, you got 3 minutes, and I'm going to time it real fast. You get to make a list, you get to write it down, or you get to type it into a computer, or however you want to do this. What things distract us from doing what's most important? Okay? So start making a list. You got 3 minutes. Ready, set, go. 3 minutes. I'll play some music. This is elevator music. Totally distracting. Sorry. Go. Make a list. Make a list. Things that distract you. Like Dan's annoying song. See how many more you can go. Come on, you got to at least get 5 more. You at least get 5 more. Go. 5 more. I know you can. All right, we got 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Come on, rep it out. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I'm being like Chris Downing. Get it? Rep it out. All right. All right. So here we are. So, Kelsey, we're not looking at yours because we're going to share them now. Like, you gave it them all away. All right. We're not even looking at that. I'm not even looking. All right. So let's have let's just share your top 3. Andy, I see you first. Can I unmute you? There you go. Top 3, go.
TV, Facebook, and my kids.
Okay, what part of Facebook?
Well, I just get wrapped up in reading other people's stuff, you know, and going back and forth and not being intentional about commenting on things.
The feed. Gotcha. The Facebook feed. And what, your kids, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, now Kelsey. I gotcha. Go. What you got, Kels? Hello.
I can't really talk right now, guys. That's why.
Oh, okay, so that's fine. Let me see. So we
Sorry.
can read here. So we got house responsibilities. That's the big one, yeah. House stuff. We've got friends, family. Family and friends. We're gonna put those together and sleep. Okay, we'll put that. That can be distracting if they are tired. which can be an issue when you're pregnant. Yes. All right, Peggy, what you got, girl?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Kids, social media, TV.
Gotcha. Sounds like it's a trend. All right, Claire, how about you? You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can.
Okay.
That
You
dude.
hear him in the background. I swear this whole time I've gotten him out of the bathtub maybe 10 times since he goes in the bathtub and turns the water on, and I keep shutting the door, but I don't have a lock on the outside of it.
Yeah, it's tough.
But anyway, I get distracted. I mean, I don't watch TV, which is great.
Sure.
But this is something that's so frustrating. I get distracted on looking at my finances. I mean, websites all the time, and then I'm trying to check my checkbook, and I'm just trying to always reconcile. Every single day I have to do that, and it's really annoying because yeah. So that's one of my biggies.
Yep.
Besides Facebook.
Okay.
But I don't really get on Facebook as much lately, actually, to comment and like. I'm just on there posting. So, which is my problem right now.
Okay. Well,
anyway.
we can talk about it, but that's all good. Okay, thanks. Nancy, you there? Can you talk? Yes? Hello, Nancy. You there, dear?
Can you hear me?
I can. What would you say yours are?
I've got Facebook feed, email. Although I have canceled a lot of just crazy email that I used to get.
So a lot of this, those when you're getting on email lists.
Yep, exactly. This is silly, but work. I mean, it really takes a lot of time.
Why it's called work.
I know. Texts. A lot of people texting me.
Gotcha.
And responding. I don't know. I get kind of frustrated with this because it's like, as I look at my day, everything that I do, I have to do. So except for Facebook, I will say that.
Okay.
So it gets hard to kind of decide what is a distraction and what is a necessity.
Sure. Well, and I think we'll start to talk about how the discernment process can go here. So we'll continue. We got two more. So Jen, how about you?
I have looking for ideas and getting stalled. Like I'll be looking for ideas to post or different ways to, what am I trying to say? Like different ways to look to build my funnel. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm always on, YouTube or something like that, and then I'll easily get distracted by it, and then just randomly go off tangent. And then Messenger. I get so many different messengers a day from people that are not customers or clients.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I'm so business oriented when I'm online that I don't want that distraction, and I don't want to be rude either because they could be potential clients. Yeah. But honestly, most times it's just people wanting to make meaningless convo, and that's just not me. Yeah. And then of course my kids, and my home duties and my chores, but I'm getting better at that.
Good. All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Linda, how about you? Last but not least. I gotcha.
Okay. I had a lot of the same thing. Family, or currently just husband kind of distracts from TV, housework.
Yeah.
Just a lot of phone calls or text messages, mostly from family, since most of my kids are away from where I am. We do a lot of texting, so that kind of distracts me from what I need to do.
Sure. Got it. All right. Good list, guys. That's good stuff. So real fast here. TV, Facebook, feed, kids, house stuff, family, friends, sleep, looking at finances. Facebook feed tends to be a big one. Email lists, work, looking for ideas and posting, research, messenger, and spouses and family, which can be issues. Okay. That's good. For me, guys, real fast on this, here's some that are really odd. Think about this. Eating and prepping can be a distraction for me. Like I am on task, and then I see my timer, I got to do this. all right, I got to pull off. And it's like, man, I got to do that, you know, and even just sometimes getting a drink of water, it pulls me off a task. I'm like, man, I was in, and now I got to go fill up the water, and then I come back and wait, where was I? Again, stink, and I don't remember where I was, right? And it's so easy when you're working on multiple projects, and especially if you have multiple tabs open. You guys know how that works within stuff. So for me, that's one. Messenger, and I would say between, you know, all of our communication, just being real on that, guys. Sometimes we're trying to help each other, which I get. So that can be a little bit distracting too about some of the necessity type of behaviors. And then also some stuff that I have with Indiana Market Council and other, you know, communications with that. So a little bit what Jen said too, with other voices, kind of coming into distraction. And then, you know, other is just keeping up with clients, right? Sometimes they send messages, I'm struggling with this, whatever. And you were working on one thing, but instead of actually grouping those together, you just go, I'm going to answer it right now, which then pulls you off you know what I mean? Because sometimes you forget, right? So it's like, oh man, I got to make sure I take care of this person, or because if I don't do it now, I probably will forget later. So I totally understand. So yes, I think we all can understand that this is a real deal and something we need to consider. Now, let me, hold on, one more drink. Let's talk some distraction stats here real fast, guys, okay? Average American worker, 60% of workers are distracted more than 1 hour per day, okay? And that's just regular job working, okay? So a lot of effectiveness is lost. Recovery time, this is the significant one, guys. Recovery time from distraction is anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes from a singular distraction, okay? And that's like massive. Like you can get like to completely derailed from what you were doing, what you're trying to do when you do those distractions. I'm going to say this specifically, and the stats show this, that multitasking is in fact a myth, okay? As great as you think you might be at it, you're actually not multitasking. There's no such thing. You cannot do two things at once. You're shifting your thoughts back and forth, but you're only doing one thing at a given time because your mind can only really focus on one. Like, you know, of course you can like maybe, you know, brush your teeth and think about something potentially, but in a task where you're actually trying to engage at a higher capacity, you can only do one thing at a time, okay? And so if you think you can like go, I'm going to keep this conversation on while doing this, well, that can really be sort of an issue, right? And I think the more you're able to try to say, and this is where I want to really encourage you, is giving yourself a bit of grace when it comes to particularly contacts with whether it's a client or an interested client. Here's the thing. Kelsey, you guys saw this, and we'll talk a little bit about Kelsey, what happened this afternoon, this afternoon a little bit. And she felt frustrated because she's like, man, I feel like I missed out on an opportunity on this person because she was trying to do it at work, right? She's sort of trying to maybe, would you say, Kels, trying to rush it a little bit just to kind of get it going? Go ahead and open up the line if you could. Oh, I forgot, you can't talk. That's all good. But she said she felt like she was trying to rush it because she was trying to, hit some. So she skipped some steps in our scripting process in order to really ask more questions, guys. And so here's the thing I want to really encourage you so she felt rushed for sure. The more we feel rushed like that, it's a sure sign that we're probably trying to cram something into a space that probably isn't enough space necessarily for it. And give yourself permission and trust. I'm just going to put the faith side of this out there. Trust that God's still going to provide, even though that person's like wanting an answer and it seems like right now, and you got them online. It's like, it's okay. I really can't answer them well right now or ask them the appropriate questions now. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time and make sure that I'm actually going to give myself that grace and the time so I can answer them properly later. Because here's the truth. A rushed answer in time may not be anywhere near as effective as an apt answer at the proper time. Does that make sense? right, guys? So just really be aware of that. So the right answer, so the wrong answer at the right time is maybe probably, I would say it's better to have the right answer at maybe not the most optimal like speed time, right? I think time gives you a little bit more grace with the time versus the quality and content of what you're messaging. Okay, just throwing that to you. And that's just so you guys know, I'm not throwing Kelsey under the bus like that. We've already talked about this. It just basically, I think it was a good example to potentially think about. Okay, good stuff. All right. Now, let's dig in to one little specific spot here. Guys, I don't know if you've ever listened to many of the wake-up calls on Beachbody wake-up calls. Success, Jeff Hill says this quote all the freaking time. He says, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues, okay? So there are certain behaviors that we're going to have to start, we're going to make part of our regular routines in order to help kill some of the distractions so we can focus on what truly is most important. Now, this is difficult, okay? Everyone who's a people pleaser, please raise the right hand, or a recovering people pleaser. Or raise both hands. Yay, that's me, right? Most people tend to have some form of that, okay? Where they want to, but the truth is, guys, if we're able to take the spot where we understand that when we do say no, and when we are able to set a little bit of boundaries around our time, so doing them, so there's another book called Essentialism that says, and he says, do less better. The guy's name is Greg McCowan. Do less better versus do more, which is really hard for me, okay? You guys probably know my personality. I want to be involved in everything because I like people, and I like stuff, and I want to keep going. But I'm really trying to think about this, especially, guys, as I enter into a new school year, teaching for my first time in 17 years. Dude, if I don't say some no's, two things. My family's going to suffer. I'm going to suffer, first of all. And then consequently, my family's really going to suffer because of it. The two most important things, and certainly my relationship got, three. So all of this stuff that's around me, whether it's my job at a school, my job as being part of a coach at Beachbody, all these things are hopefully informing and contributing to this life that I desire, this life that I want. But if I don't set up any limits on it and I just kind of let whatever happen, then I'm actually going to be in trouble. And sometimes, guys, I'll just be real with you. You'll have to say no to some really good things. You're going to have to say no to some really good stuff on occasion. If you want to sacrifice for things that matter to you in the longer term, okay? And I'm not going to define that for you, okay? For me, Beachbody is important enough where I say that because I love what this has done for my life. I love what this has done for the lives of the people around me. So it matters to me, guys. It's not a small, I'm just trying to make some more money off talk more stuff to people. No, not you guys know that. We're so at that point where I see lives changed every day. So I love this. So I will say no to other things in order to keep this part of my life intact. Okay? Make sense here, guys? Just going to give you that reminder that it's okay to say no. So the book, if you've not read this yet, I'm going to recommend it to you. Okay? The book is called The One Thing. Okay? The Surprisingly Simple Truth Behind Extraordinary Results, by a guy named Gary Keller. Okay? And here's the interesting thing. So, and I would say that this really pours into, so if you've read the 12-week year, there's part of these, they kind of play towards each other, okay? And just so you know, I haven't forgotten about the 12-week year. We're going to get back to it, but I think we started to need to regroup after Summit and things like that. So that's going to coming back here, hopefully in the early fall here. We'll be able to kind of roll with more of that. But the idea is, guys, instead of, so do you guys remember how many goals you were supposed to set up in 12-week year? How many 12-week goals were you set, maximum supposed to set up at any given time? Does anyone remember that at all? 3, yes, she's got them right there, says Andy. Yep, 3. Gary Keller would take issue with that, and so would I, as I'm actually thinking about this, guys. I think if we narrow it down to one key goal. Now, granted, 12 weeks is a long time to have one key goal, okay? So I understand it. So in the longer term, yes, you can probably have 3 goals, but at any given time, you're probably going to focus on one key thing. And check out this real fast, okay? I'm going to ask this question. So what is your one thing? And read this next slide. What's the one thing you can do, and this is directly from the book, one thing you can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary. Okay? I'm going to give you an example from Chalene Johnson's life. Okay, Chalene Johnson, you guys know PIO, right? So Chalene, in her book Push, she talked about, so it's very much like, this would be considered what would be called a push goal for her, okay? So a push goal is the one thing that she discerned, and she shares this in the book, that back when she was setting up when she was writing the book, just prior to this, she decided that has anyone ever done her 30-day push? It's an online, it's kind of like, what's her face's, Mel Robbins, 5-second rule. She has a 30-day, it's like you get a video a day, you get this email sequence. So if you sign up for her little thing, you get these individual thing. You get these emails with videos from Mel Robbins. Hold on. Yep. Bought this for Kindle. Nice. Kindle price for that is $9.60. Great book. So anyway, yes, get the emails, but haven't done it yet. Okay. So the thing is, what she decided was that getting people into what we would call the top of her funnel. It's a free challenge, massive value up front. So she took a boatload of time putting together a 30-day challenge in order to get people at the top of her funnel so they can then ultimately she can win them over to get them into some of her higher priced, and just as a businesswoman, still helping them, okay, right? So she has her Marketing Impact Academy. She has her Instagram training. She has, there's a boatload of different things that she has as products to help people take next steps. All the way, her Marketing Impact Academy, if you go there live, it's like $3,500, right? So it's premium stuff. All the way so when you started with her, you started for free. And all you did is build trust. And she's adding tons of value, like great, great value. And then ultimately she's winning that trust. So she decided that the more she could build that was her one thing. And with doing that, all the rest of the pieces of her puzzle, so all the things that she needs to do, are going to be so much easier because she has people who are interested and she's talking to a tribe. Does that make sense, guys? So here's the thing I really want to encourage you to think about. What could be your one thing? Now, I have this brainstorm. It says 5 minutes. Let's do 3 minutes. Consider some thoughts right now, and then we'll share them. What could be your one thing that you need to focus in on for your business this next 30, let's say next 30 days? What would be the one thing you need to focus in on to ultimately potentially build your business? And again, we'll remind you of this slide. What's the one thing you can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? And it might surprise you. It could be something as simple as, I'm going to hire a cleaning lady because I want to have my weekends back. I don't know. That could be a one thing right there. Just go ahead, that's my time. So just throwing that to you. Go for it. Okay, got about 2 minutes left, just so you know. And here's the thing, you can even come up with multiple one things and then kind of pare it down. 1 minute. Probably actually no, about 45 seconds. All righty. 10 seconds. All right. Nancy, I see you on the top of the list. Let's see, hold on. I see Kelsey. So Kelsey, you just want to type yours in real quick. What is a potential one for you? Because I know you can't talk. Yeah, you know what, guys? To save a little bit of time, why don't you go ahead and just type it in the group chat. That'll save some time here, and then we can just talk about them real fast. What could be a one thing for you to focus in on? Okay, so Peggy, tell me more. Use a day planner. What does that mean? Scheduling my day on a calendar.
Well, I've been really bad about following the steps of, making those intentional connections and doing invitations. Because I haven't set aside specific time for it.
Gotcha.
Summer's been crazy. We've been renovating our house. It's been nuts.
Sure.
And then now with school starting up, it's especially important.
Yeah.
That I do that.
So here's where I would. So I like the idea of using a day planner. I'm going to give you more specific. Scheduled business hours for Beachbody, probably, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean by that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that because ultimately we can go like a little bit crazy and we go, I'm going to plan out my whole world, and then it's like that's not even a distraction where I'm trying to manage all my whole world. But even we can just go, I'm just going to try to get this little sucker in. That can really help. So yeah, good. Same thing. Looks like Linda's got the same deal. Claire, inviting. Talk to me more. What does that look like for you? So can you talk? Probably not.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
There I am. Just because, well, just trying to talk to people and inviting them to join. I haven't done that in like a couple weeks, really. I mean, I did a little with people that I knew that were going to be part of the shift shop, but no new people really.
Gotcha.
So if I just concentrate 30 days on doing that, that might be a little much, but.
No, I think, I would just say probably in the beginning, Claire, 30 days would be great. I would say you probably just need to get like 5 days. Like start with 5, or even like go 3 days. Like if you're not doing it at all, if you can get 3 days this week, dude, that's an improvement.
Yeah, and also I guess inviting and following up, like those combined.
Yeah.
Just constant.
Well, I would go 3 because it's connecting, inviting, and following up. Because you gotta, if you don't
that's correct.
Yeah, because if you're not connecting with people, then ultimately then you're gonna be salesy and have this big mess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Good stuff.
Doing the vitals, right.
Yeah, vitals is important. Okay, that's why they're vital. Okay, hold on. Nancy, same thing we said. I said more consistent posting and sharing my journey on Facebook. Okay. So that's good. So that's gonna and then of course, so Nancy, I'll ask that question then. How do you think that is going to be the catalytic thing to help make the other things easier? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Because I've already noticed the more that I've been posting that people have been asking me more questions. I've actually gotten a couple customers
Great.
just from posting. So, and I think really the key is I've been, I won't go into all the detail, but I've been really reticent about sharing this part of my life with the rest of the world for various reasons. And so just beginning to come out, as I call it, and share my journey and share what I'm doing is huge for me. So
great.
Yeah. So I think it will, in the long run, be very beneficial in growing my business.
Yep. And I think for you right now, Nance, is that you've not really tapped into your warm market because you've not, quote unquote, come out on that. So your warm market's still waiting for you.
Right.
Right. And so I think that's a really cool thing. Now, for some of us, like for me, like my warm market is long. Put it this way. My initial warm market is long gone. You know, that's, but I continually am developing a new warm market. So it never dies, guys. It never dies if you still connect with people. The warm market never dies. Okay. I just want to tell everybody on that. But the thing is, this is why most coaches in our network, the entire Beachbody network, stop at Diamond. They stop at Diamond is because they stop connecting with new people. Because they might have had a social sphere that pulled in a certain amount of people, they have a certain amount of influence, and they got those people to kind of connect in, and they got that initial success, okay? And I would say this of my uplines team, big time, okay? Big time in that, is that we just got back from Summit, and it's been, so basically it's such my uplines team is so much smaller than it was as of last year, like less than half, okay? Part of it was because a wine MLM sort of kind of infiltrated to their team. And but anyway, long story there. But it's because they weren't developing those diamonds that he had, weren't developing their warm market because they weren't connecting with new people. And that's so critical. Can I start with this? Let me say, sound selfish, but working on myself, personal confidence development. Yes, that's known. Absolutely. Kelsey, that's such a significant thing. Because the truth is, if you are not ready to roll, if you're not ready on the psychological side of kind of all of the emotional roller coaster of this, then what happens is then you set up goals and things like that, and it just feels like horrible, like in a bad way, pressure. And I mean, let's face it, there's going to be some pressure, especially if you're trying to set any goals. There's a little bit of pressure, but when it's like defeating, where you set a goal and you're immediately defeated, that can be an issue. Okay. That's good. Prepping in advance for free challenges. This would help build my funnel. Allow me. Yes. Very good. Yep. And so allow me more. Yes. So those free challenges, excellent stuff. Super good. We'll talk about that in a second. And we're almost done. Really need to work on free challenge. Yep. Start with freaking one out, planning it. Absolutely. And so this is what I said for mine specifically. Catalytic monthly free challenges. Catalytic. That's going to start the whole, challenge low, the struggle is real. Yep. And so guys, as you start to develop those free challenges and you get more people involved, I'll tell you what, man, and you building that trust. We've talked about that before. It's really, really amazing. I had every intention to last week get set free challenge stuff, but I'm doing my Bethel talk here on Wednesday, and it's been killing me. So it's just gonna have to wait till after Wednesday. I had to say no. So just so you know, free challenge training is coming. I just have to wait until after Wednesday to get it rolling. So I just want to let you guys know about all that stuff. Okay. So really, guys, it's going to be one of those things that I want to encourage you that this business is doable, but ultimately it's going to be a matter of you focusing in on the one thing that matters the most. And so the free challenges for me is going to be a really big focus. Now, that assumes a couple of other things. And it assumes that you're still doing the other vital behaviors. So personal development, you're being a product of the product. You are inviting, okay? And with that meaning, I always use the inviting process. It's that you're connecting, inviting, and following up, like we mentioned with Claire. And then, of course, being a person where you are an encouragement, right? You're going to highlight others and celebrate their stuff, okay? That's what the encouragement part of that is as well, okay? So those are your 4 vital behaviors. The more you do that, in addition to your one thing, you're gonna be more successful in this. Okay. But I agree. So if you like for those of you, especially you did the free challenge thing, makes such a huge difference. You got less pressure on you, man. If you got a funnel, I'm telling you what, so much easier. Okay. The other thing I would mention here real fast here is that accountability. One of the fastest way to bring accountability into your life is to find an accountability partner, mentor, peer, or coach. Okay. So guys, that's going to be, especially as we head into this Team Cup thing, we can make Team Cup kind of just like, yeah, we're on Team Cup team and blah. And it's like, oh yeah, and we just kind of do business as normal. Or we can actually say within that group of 5 that we actually check up on each other and actually ask, how did you do on your vitals today? How did you do on your one thing goal? Those kind of things. You know what I mean? So you're actually asking those kind of questions on a regular basis. Maybe not every day, but maybe every day. Depends on how you set up your group. Okay? So just really want to encourage you that that's ultimately what the Team Cup is going to do for you. Okay? I think it can potentially be that. And I think this is a really interesting thing. This is another quote from the book. It says, until my one thing is done, everything else is a distraction. That's how focused Gary talks about. Gary talks about really helping us focus in on our goals. Okay. And for me, guys, that's such a huge challenge because those free challenges, and then for me, really vital, making sure I'm getting the inviting process done each day is really important. Okay. In the chat. Yep. Very, very true. Okay. Questions, anybody, before we sign off here? We're about done. Looks like we're right at the time. Any questions? Highly recommend this book, guys. I have it on Audible. Listen to it. I'm re-listening to it. I just need to get refocused, man. I'm like, dude, time to get refocused on the one thing. There's also, like I said, another book called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. It's McKeown. McKeown. But that's another book that does very similar thing, similar style, which is good. Okay, next call, guys, is going to be next Monday, 31st. If you guys have specific topics that you would like to have us cover, I'm looking for actually potentially I might have a special guest next week, which would be kind of fun. So that could be pretty cool. Yeah, I've got a surprise for you. So hopefully that'll come through. Be good stuff. All right. So thank you for listening, people. Peace out and let's go. All right. See ya.